drop them in the war wagon.
I realized they weren't on the map. I didn't realize they just really weren't on the map.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll go round them up and say, "Well, ho, we have won the day. It is safe to return." No, probably not. Well, don't let him fling himself over the edge of the cliff either, which he might do.
Yeah, up to you, Red. What's he reacting to here?
No, that's a fair
well,
point. I mean, something to consider.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I have done my due diligence. They took up arms, and I gave them more than they deserved. So I'll go try to round everybody else up. I probably can catch them. I do have Dead Reckoning, so I can find my way around here.
All right. Yeah.
Harmon wants to know if you rolled to see if the boss died.
I did, and he didn't. He's still breathing, but currently unconscious and bleeding out.
Oh, do you want me to do first aid on him?
The end of if you guys.
What is the end of combat roll?
One more body roll, because we can do that.
Oh no, he wants you to do the body, species, and will roll to see if he lives. That's what that's for.
Body, species, and will for this beefy guy is gonna be.
And no one's done any first aid on him, so he doesn't get any bonuses.
Species and will is gonna be 2d10 and a d12.
He's got very good odds of living through this.
Okay, yeah, he lives through it, but I believe he is now sick. So he's got injured and sick. So that's another reason why you want to get to people when they're bleeding, because if no one gets to you and you get up on your own in this game, you often get the sick status, which is miserable.
Blech.
Yep, right there. Confused and sick.
So confused. Okay.
Right, and that's in the game. So for narrative purposes, because we here in Ironclaw hate fine or dead is the usual status. So yeah, so he's alive. Well, we've got a noble, we've got professional thief takers. There's probably someone who'll give us money for him.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, well, you guys are over here dealing with the sparrow. You catch out of your peripheral vision the tiger getting up and trying to limp away. He's definitely in no state to outrun you. If you want to capture him, you may. But if you let him go, he's going to make his exit.
I don't think Harmon is going to let him go. I'm just going to assume that.
Well, it's up to Harmon. In the past, Harmon hasn't attacked people who have fought, but this is the second time this guy has tried to mess with your whole business. It's true. You could end this now. It might actually be a threat next time. I mean, you know, I put a lot of energy into this stat block. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was rolling extra soak dice with toughness.
No,
and
I know.
Die hard, and it didn't matter because I roll for crap. But you know, anyway,
this guy is a nemesis for Harmon for sure.
I was doing some test rolls actually. I was trying to plan this one out. He has some martial arts, and the martial arts are very, very cool. And against someone who was not so insanely buff and counter built, it could be very deadly. But against Harmon, he had like a less than a 20% success rate with his cool super move. So I was just like, nah, I'm gonna play this smart. No cool super moves right now. And Harmon forgot to roll 3 of his dice, so yeah. So what's it gonna be, Harmon? Are we killing him? Are we ending this? Ghost of Vengeance? Okay. Alright. The tiger limps off into around the corner. I was gonna say into the darkness, but I don't think it's night. I think it's probably like mid-afternoon. Is going to leave the battlefield, however. All right. Game respect game. So the The Tiger Furious Yi lives to fight another day, potentially. We'll see what happens.
And now his name is Furious-er.
And now he's even furious. He's furiouser. Yi. He's rancorous. Yi. As you guys are getting back on your wagons and setting out, you see that behind a boulder, some of the rubble, you can see there is a tuft of ear fur sticking up. You realize that the lynx, the one-eyed lynx, was hiding behind this boulder during the fight, and now that the sounds of the fight have ended, he seems to be still hiding, hunkered down, hoping that no one takes notice of him as you guys continue your journey. Are you going to take notice of him or let him live a life of cowardice?
Did Connor notice this?
Did Connor notice this? I don't know. I'm saying he's down here. He's like around here in the bottom right-hand corner. I'll drop a token out, but he's so Connor, if Connor's back there helping the performers and getting his men back, then Connor probably didn't notice it. But I'm gonna say, Anushka, you notice it.
Okay, so who is this guy again?
This guy is, when you guys were at the tea house, the Blue Dragon's hideout, there was a lynx who was being carried in by the Tiger Furious Yi, and he was tied up. He looked beaten up, and
oh, this guy. This guy helped escape.
You helped him escape, exactly. He owes you money, technically, and you didn't pursue him as he ran off into the town.
Well, he doesn't owe me any money.
So when you were helping him escape, he seemed to indicate using just head gestures that he could pay you. But then he ran. And you didn't want to abandon your friends, so you stayed in the combat.
Hiding from me right now.
Huh?
You said he's hiding right now, right?
Yeah, right now he's hiding, but not very well.
How strange. But I suppose if he wanted to come forward, then he would.
Okay, so you're gonna let him.
I'm gonna leave him to his own business.
Okay.
It's I am Anushka. I would live and let live. So he's following us. I'll just make a note of it.
All right. Okay then. Well, let's press onward. In that case, back to the overworld map. Let's see where you guys are at. Yeah, okay. You guys make it through your hilly mountain shortcut back to level ground, and you see emerging in the distance on a rise is the unmistakable city of Harrogate. Its tall, modern castle rising above the sloped walls that mark the perimeter of the town. You can see that there are a couple small campsites outside the main gate, but the gates seem to be open and welcoming. And after your long journey, I think you guys did make it in time, actually. I think you totaled 15 days.
Behold, modern cities. You know what that means? Plumbing, hot water, caldariums, baths.
You know it. After over 2 weeks on the road, you guys enter into the Bisclavre city of Harrogate.
Yes, you are all working class people now. Let's wash the work off of us.
Otis, tall Otis, the pygmy goat, says, do what you will, but the delivery is not delivered until it's delivered.
We're not at liberty yet. So noted, sir.
And he grumbles, I swear I'm the only one who still remembers an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. Grumble, grumble, grumble. But yes, when you guys get in there, you find that there are places where you can stow your war wagon, I guess. There's like carriage grounds near the interior of the city limits.
I forget this. Harrogate doesn't have a big open staging area inside the wall, does it?
Does it not? Let's pull up the map.
I'd have to see the map.
Harrogate.
But that's on Otis. Good news, Sir Connor. We don't have to pay any taxes or fees on your carriage.
Excellent.
As in, we abandoned it severally.
That's true. It has been impounded. So there you go.
That's me. Right side of everything.
So yes, you guys are passing through the... Jeez, I don't know. They call it the... It looks like it would be the Eastern Gate. They're calling it the Northern Gate, though. Based on the description here, possibly the only gatemen more surly than the ones of Triskellion are the ones of Harrogate.
Well, we have made the classical mistake of not being Bisclave.
That's... You already done messed up.
I mean, really, what were we thinking?
Yeah, that's already criminal enough.
I don't know what colors Otis is flying. I'm assuming he's a merchant, but I don't know if he flies the purple, the avoirdupois.
That's a good question. The Dubois company is like an avoirdupois company. That's where we've seen all of them.
Well, it's a question of taste. If he's flying avoirdupois colors, that means that he claims that if anyone attacks him, I mean, it would be like, driving into a war zone and your car is covered in USA flags. You're claiming that the USA is going to defend you.
Yeah, I like to think that these guys are savvy businessmen, and I think for them, I feel like they kind of have their own...
Right.
Yeah, he's probably just representing as a merchant.
But if I recall correctly, the war wagon is painted with Connor's house colors, and Connor does have the purple.
Yeah, so at the gate, these, they're wolves, are going to be a little bit critical.
Well, they're from the Bisclave, which is the greatest kingdom on earth. Ask any of these guys.
Yeah. They'll say, what business have ye coming to our great city with this, well, it's obviously a war wagon of sorts.
We've come to escort a merchant and his wares.
Oh, he must be a pretty, his wares must be pretty valuable indeed to require so many, armed guards.
Yes, he certainly thinks so.
Otis brays and says, "You're wasting our time. Yes, this is the goods that we carry here are worth more than you'll see in your lifetime and the lifetime of all your children. Now stand aside. We've got business to attend to." And the guards will say, like, "No, hold your horses. No need for that. We're just going to have a look-see." Huh?
Oh, when you said hold your horse, I'm like, oh, we left them all behind.
Yeah. It looks like they, I don't know, maybe it's been a particularly boring day, but they do want to investigate the wagons, much to Otis's displeasure. So I don't know. This will definitely delay you somewhat. They're waving over extra guards. It looks like they want to have all of these chests popped open and their contents examined. And Otis is looking to you sort of desperately, Connor, like, you're a nobleman, do something. Do something!
They must do what they must do. This is their laws, their city. I cannot tell them what to do. But otherwise, they'll just get a noble of their own to override what I say.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. Otis says, why are we paying you people? Completely forgetting that you just prevented an ambush not a day prior. So yes,
What was that? The blood of my blade can't hear you.
Ooh. Otis is adamantly a curmudgeon about all of this and spends the entire investigation pacing and grunting and occasionally saying, "Don't touch that!" But the guards will take their time. They're taunting, they're teasing Otis at this point. They're cracking open these cases one after another. One of them finds... you can see that inside there's a variety of items. Many of them are clothes. You can see there's some bundles of what looks to be foreign spices and foodstuffs. And they crack one open. They find what looks to be a sort of an elaborate weapon that this guy, one of the guardsmen, starts swinging around rather recklessly while his friends hoot and holler. Put that down. They will listen to you, Harmon, because you cut quite an imposing figure. And he'll sort of like shove it back. And he says, like, now then, this is an official inspection, so please.
If they do start going around like that, Connor would say something as well.
Okay, yeah. Otis is like,
man. Do your jobs.
Otis is like chewing his hat. One of the wolves is going to approach Otis and say, "Now then, you have quite a lot of valuable merchandise coming through here. I suppose you're ready to pay taxes on these, an import tax, correct? I mean, if you don't mind, we'll just take something." And he pulls out some robes. They look quite fancy, probably worth a pretty penny. You guys are delivering these to a buyer, an undisclosed rich noble person who resides within the city of Harrogate. I mean, undisclosed. You guys know who you're delivering it to. I can tell you if you want. Otis has the address. All right. Harmon is threatening violence as these guys plan to walk out with some of the items. Let's do a roll. Let's do I'll pull up my reference sheet here. I will say you can use your body dice for this roll because you're making a physical threatening gesture. And we have determined that Harmon doesn't really have a counter proposal. And won't let anyone steal from them. Not a threat. Okay. Then I will do what I need to do. Okay. All right. I'm still going to roll for this then, but I will roll on their behalf. And we'll see. GM roll. Okay. Sorry, I wait to hear what you have to say. Lots of graves for non-believers. Yeah. So they're gonna kind of like look at you. One of them, the head of this guard detail, is going to start reading you the riot act about the glorious domain of the Bisclarvray and having the authority of the king to, do whatever they say, etc., and you guys are outsiders. But while he's saying that, the other one will put this robe back in the crate, and they're basically gonna like shout you down, sort of saving face, but it looks like they're not going to take anything. They let you off with the warning. They say, watch yourselves. The robe is worth 16 denarii. Wow. Okay. All right. I mean, he'll take it. It mollifies him a little bit, but it does not. He doesn't say like, oh well, thank you, good sir. He's going to say, yeah, that's more like it. All right, we'll move along. We're done here. There's nothing of interest in these crates, so you can go ahead, enjoy your stay in our fine city. All right. Okay. Can I also get Can I get wits observation from anyone who has spot as their species perception? Wits doesn't exist. That's a different
Playing
game.
too much vampire.
Dude, it's like right now it's vampire, it's 5e.
Well, vampire doesn't have an observation skill.
It's
right,
wits
it has
awareness.
wits plus resolve.
So I'm mixing them.
Which is a design decision I respect, because observation is the only skill anyone ever buys.
Mm-hmm.
But
no one buys resolve. Not in vampire.
There's a merit that improves it, if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm. There's a few.
So I want mind and observation because we're playing Ironclaw. Let's do that.
Yeah, I don't get spot. I'm bad.
Does anybody have spot in here? I feel like Harmon does, right?
Harmon does. Herbivores often have it because they have the widely set eyes. They can see a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
what about... Yeah, so what about... The doctor's not with you guys. I'm sorry, doctor's not here.
You need to get the doctor back.
If danger sense doesn't apply, then Harmon doesn't care. Okay, then I think that nobody's going to see this. Anyway, they package up the chests, and you guys enter into the city. Otis will tell you that Otis will say that their client is waiting in a rather upstanding inn in the better off districts of Harrogate. And that he's going to go ask after them. There's also several other crates are actually there to be distributed and sold from the Harrogate, the Dubois Company Harrogate branch. So the rest of the loot is going to go there. So they split up the wagons. One of them goes to the Dubois Company. The other one will go to this address in the Fancy Pants district. Are you guys going to accompany them there? Whoa.
Are we at liberty? Can we, spend the money we just got?
Basically, I mean, you did get the goods to Harrogate.
Connor's my boss.
Yeah.
Harmon doesn't think the job is done.
Yeah.
Which one are you going to follow then, Harmon? Because they're splitting up.
Yeah.
Well, Harmon's probably going to follow Otis, because Otis is the big boss.
Yeah, I'll follow Otis. Have we been paid yet?
I think you guys got paid in advance. I don't believe there was like a half on delivery setup.
Yeah, Harmon, you are many things, but a saint you are not.
Harmon was seen at both merchants and
killers.
There is hardly any more worldly office than exchanging blood for money. I should politely ask Sir Connor if you are ready to help them with their resolving their transactions. I would ask if the personnel, such as myself and the other hangers-on, are at liberty.
You may go, though I will stay with Tall Otis until he is no longer in possession of his goods. There's far more dangerous people in this city than there are in the country.
Yeah, I mean, proof. I don't have to be told twice. Harrogate is a real city, which means they have inns with cooked food and hot baths.
This is true. you notice that the folk of this city dress more conservatively than those outlandish fashions you would find in Triskellion, but there's just as much.
There's plenty of tasteless rich people here too, and that's what you're looking for.
Yep, rocking the kilt.
Stupid people with too much money. I'm from the city.
Hell yeah, you're breathing in that dank city air.
Smell that pre-sanitary reformation.
Another interesting detail I will say about this city currently that catches your notice very quickly as you come inside. You can hear in the far distance there's the sounds of detonations, these concussive shocks that echo through the air and happen sporadically. Every couple minutes you'll hear a burst of one or two of them. And you can't tell where exactly they're coming from. They're probably not within the city limits itself. Okay. So I guess it sounds like Connor and Harmon are sticking with Otis. Anushka wants to go take a bath or something. Anushka, what is it that you specifically want to do? And then we'll jump over to the rest of the party.
Really, I'm gonna go find a place where the tavern where rich people hang out and spend too much money because I have too much money. And yeah, like I said, hot bath. I think we talked about this back in Triskellion. Like in the Renaissance, it was often, Triskellion's a Roman city, so they have the big fancy bathhouses with the caldariums and the gymnasiums where you can find a barber who will like groom your fur and trim you and make you look nice, and then you go take a hot bath with a nice hot meal, and that's awesome. Because remember, we've been on the road for like 2 weeks, sleeping on dirt or trees, I guess in my case. So anything is better than that. I mean, basically, that sort of thing.
You know what?
I have money, I have a good time. Normally you could have a good time for about 4 dinar. I've got like 30, so I'm gonna have a very good time.
There you go. You want to know who else likes having a good time? Ineffable Tess and her caravan, her wagon of performers have made it to Harrogate alongside you guys.
Yes,
thanks
I forgot
to your
we
help.
have an acting troupe. That means we have the worst people in the world with us. So yes.
It's a little harsh.
Nobody knows how to find rich, tasteless people better than actors.
Exactly. And Tess, the excitable squirrel, is going to see that you're interested in gadding about town. She's going to say, "Oh, we're so grateful that you helped us get this far. Finally, smell that delicious Harrogate air. Listen, we have a special commission we're going to be performing at the palace. And if they call it the palace or the castle in Harrogate, but for His Highness the Duke, not a day hence from today. And in the meantime, we were given special permission for lodgings nearby. So if that's something you'd be interested in, I mean, it's the least that we can do. Like I said, you've been so good to us."
Yes. My heart is already there. Thank you so much for the invite.
All right. Okay. Tess seems super happy that you have accepted. She says you'll get to see all of our training put to good use. I'll make sure that you get good seats. And in the meantime, you can have access to sort of the Castle City district, which in general is something you would have to probably pay a special entrance fee for, or be a blooded noble, unless you're there for...
Yeah. In this time period, the way it works is you know somebody's name. So you say I know a guy. It's okay. Roger and he and I are down.
Ask them. I'll wait here.
To be pleasant and negotiating, which I am. So
yeah. Okay, so you have access to all of the finest facilities that Harrogate has to offer. And you do end an invitation to this performance for the royalty, which should be fun. And okay.
You know
and I
what's wild?
think
Like in this time period, like like when royalty get a performance, they can usually get a chair right on the stage, so the actors are performing right in your face. It's like a stream that we have now, except
that's great. You're part of the show.
I can go on and on because we didn't make a book about actors for Ironclaw, and I regret that.
Oh, there's still time. There's the Book of Fools, right?
We did make the Book of Fools.
Yeah, some good stuff in there.
Thank you.
All right.
I was thinking of each and every one of you when I made it.
Oh. Hey.
That just warms the cockles in my heart.
Okay. Cockles warmed and performances in preparation underway. Back at Drybrook, Doctor, how is everything going with the healing?
That's a good question. Ark, how are Potter and our other irregular doing here? What's their current status?
Potter is 8 out of 24 quota on his sickness.
Remaining, right?
Right. Well, no, 8 total done. Because he also he got rid of injured and he's still sick.
That's not possible, and I cured Potter's sickness.
Well, he got sick, and then I specifically asked if the sickness goes away first, then the...
well, I mean, for like the other one.
I'm looking for him right now, I'm sorry. Word up for him.
But yeah, I did use healing before to recover Potter's sickness last time, so he is at least not sick, and he will start recovering from his injury.
At least he won't die from infection.
Raphael looks like he's recovered from his injury.
Alright, so we don't have to worry about him anymore.
Yeah.
In which case, let's go ahead and go for Potter again. I'm going to continue praying for him, but also providing basic care in case the praying doesn't work out. He's got bed rest, and he's got food, so he has an additional +2 on his quota, and he gets to roll his body. On this day, he will recover 3 more, +2 quota, so that's 4 plus his body. And let's see if the healing worked out. The healing did not work out at all. He doesn't get knocked out, I think, but it does fail.
Well, that brings him up to 13 out of 24 now.
Mm-hmm.
Is the call still running?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I think I dropped out. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
All right. So he's made substantial progress today, and the prayers for him have not succeeded.
Aw.
Yeah, on failure, target who rolled the lowest goes to sleep. I'm anonymous, so I'm never the lowest, so Potter falls asleep as I am treating him. He is bored to tears for my prayers.
Well, you keep reading that book to him.
He'll pick up bits of it in his sleep.
Oh God, Potter's gonna come back a converted man.
Right. And meanwhile, while we're here, I don't have anything that I need the irregular to do, so he's at liberty to wander the town, and whenever I'm done dealing with Potter, I might wander the town to talk to some people and come back with some gossip to entertain Potter with. And so that's kind of what the doctor's up to per day.
I like it.
Yeah, since Potter is the most vulnerable one, Raphael will stay with him.
Yeah. I think last time we made a roll to sort of ingratiate myself with the village, and they seem entertained by my speeches and sermons so far, so, that's kind of half my business right now. I'm just settling into normal life. This is what I do. I travel around, I find some people who like me enough to listen to me. I heal up their wounds. And how's everyone else in town doing? They don't have scrapes, injuries, sicknesses, or anything of the like?
I'm gonna say that by like the third day that you're there, you have cured every boo-boo in town, and yeah, it's a weird feeling not being attacked at least once a week. You're kind of settling in. You're feeling good about it. Do you want to give me a mind and gossip roll?
Oh, absolutely. So let's see. My gossip is a D6, and my mind has not gotten any better either, so it's also a D6. So we're going to roll 2D6. As I ignore what they're saying and ask them if they want to read my manual on bodily exercise meant to increase your health and ward off sickness, along with excessive amounts of prayers.
Great. Your infomercial. Yeah. You find takers. That's the thing.
You know what? I'll go ahead and roll my personality on the gossip because I didn't help with the praying today, so I may as well spend it all talking with people. One success.
Okay. All right. So, you are right now. You are in the Bisclavre territory. Their territory is loosely demarcated by the rivers. What is this? The Storvindeln River, right? And so this small village considers themselves to be a part of the Bisclavre domain, and
Makes
so
sense.
a lot of their rumors are about local goings-on, but sometimes they will stretch out to places of note within the territory, including Harrowgate. So you hear, and this is probably very old and out of date, but you hear that of the last few months, the Archduke of Bisclavre has been increasing the taxes that he has requested from his various lord vassals in the region. None of them are actually staying here, so again, this is like second, third hand rumors, but there is a rumor that the lords of the Bisclavre are increasingly irritated with the current Archduke, mostly because he's increasing these taxes. And there's all kinds of rumors going around for why these taxes are increasing. Some people say that he's creating an army of trained grenadier bats. Some people are saying that they plan on attacking the Doloro from the other side, from their other flank, basically, but they're putting together an army.
They're circling the planet, of course.
Yeah,
but they are in a war, so increasing the taxes at least makes sense. Whether or not it turns out into grenadier bats, though, well, we'll see.
That's true. Well, though currently they're not at any special level of conflict with the Doloro. The Doloro actually have been pretty quiet on their fronts because, presumably, because they've been dealing with the avoirdupois. So yeah, that's the rumors in town.
Okay,
for one success anyway.
Yeah, so it's nice gossip. And that sounds otherwise like a perfectly ordinary day. Now, how many days is it before, say, a tiger rolls into town?
Before a bloody tiger rolls into town? That's actually a very good point, right? Oh my god. Can I tell you, I didn't really consider that. I honestly didn't expect him to survive that combat. But yeah, this is where he would go, considering that this is where he was staying previously.
Yeah, it just depends on how far of a walk that was away and how much time has already passed. So,
I mean, let's see, because the fight happened over here, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, it would be about a day and a half, maybe a little bit more, because he's not moving at top speed.
Right, so I got maybe like 3 days before he gets here because the fight has to happen and then he has to walk here.
Yeah.
So let's do 2 more days of rolls.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Potter, let's see how you're doing today. That is 1, 2, 3, and I will re-roll that D10. Nope, doesn't help.
That's 4.
As far as healing, oh, look at this. I think you may actually fully recover because with 2 successes already, even without your will or any personality, you will recover from injury miraculously.
Excellent.
See, this is what happens when you actually believe in Salumere. Doesn't it feel great, Potter? By the way, here's a chapbook. Slip it into your master's bag when you get a chance.
Now you're trying to place these
brother.
things on your own party members. Amazing. Sorry, Ark. I stepped on
The
your
light
line
is
there.
great. The light is good.
Exactly. Let's go downstairs and have a drink. We'll go ahead and rest up, and we can set out tomorrow.
Okay, so as you head downstairs to have a drink in the tavern portion, well, let's see. I thought that you guys were staying at in someone's house, actually. But there is a tavern.
That depends on what you ruled upon. If there was a inn with a private room, which I think there was because we're paying for it, and this is on the main road. I think that's the detail we settled on last time.
That sounds good to me. So you guys you do have a private room in this tavern. You go down to the first floor to get a drink. Potter's looking much better. Color has returned to his fur, I suppose, and you are enjoying each other's company when in through the door, the door swings open, and the other patrons of the bar clam up. There's a gasp. Everyone kind of like shrinks slightly as the form of a large, muscly tiger fills the entryway. He has to duck to clear the low lintel of the door. And you can see that he's wearing clothes that have been torn, and he's nursing a large and bloody gash across his upper left pectoral muscle. He looks like he hasn't eaten or drank in some time. He looks weak, but he growls in a heavily accented Calabrese for the patron, who recognizes him to run out. He says hot water and rice. These are the two things that he's requesting. And then as he glances around the room, his eyes settle on you, and he looks a little bit confused, like he knows that he's seen you before, Doctor, but he's trying to place exactly where.
I don't think I've seen him before, but I had heard of him before, so I'm kind of watching his behavior, because the last time he was here, he frightened everyone.
Point of fact, I think you have seen him. You were in the room with the blue dragon, right? I'm pretty sure you were there with them.
He's that tiger.
He's that tiger, yeah.
Yeah, so suddenly a flash of recognition on the doctor's face, too. And the doctor will actually wave at him and invite him over once he gets his rice.
Oh, right. The tiger doesn't really... This is an awkward situation, because he recalls that he was in league with Harmon, who he definitely remembers. So this is strange, but he's not in any position to fight, and right now he's asking for help from the townsfolk again, I guess. So he will lumber over to you, and he's going to grab a chair that groans a little bit under his weight, and he's going to start to shovel the food. It's not actually rice, but it's what they have is like a gruel, I guess. Mm-hmm. And he's going to begin to slurp it from the bowl without using a spoon or any kind of eating utensil. And after he finishes, he will turn to you and wipe his mouth, and he says, I fought your friend, Large Horse. He makes a height indication that could only be referring to Harmon.
Of course, and the doctor's gonna nod and look at the gash and go, I can see he's done his work. Though, I guess I'm surprised not many people actually make it out alive from a fight with him. Color me impressed.
He could have killed me. That was his mistake. And although he's keeping a straight face, you can see that this wound must be causing him a tremendous amount of pain. Like his hand is shaking as he's holding his bowl, despite his best efforts.
Mm-hmm. Mistake? I don't think so. If anything, I think maybe he's expecting to see you again.
Well, next time I see him, I will kill him for what he did.
Well, I suppose while we're here, perhaps we should talk. Your boss is, well, I suppose gone at this point. Why do you continue to pursue this? What's your goal? What is it that you want?
He says, Chaoru was a great, powerful wizard, I guess is the word, right?
Mm-hmm.
Powerful wizard. Also a hero to my people here and in our home country. Your thieving merchants stole something from us of great importance, great value. Chaoru simply wanted to return it to its proper resting place. We failed in that, and now your friends have stolen it and disgraced its memory. So we will kill them for their transgressions.
Ah, yes. I remember the dragon saying something to that effect. We didn't really get to finish off that conversation before, well, the fight broke out. But I suppose that is still a sore spot and a quest to pursue. I don't believe he'll end up guarding it anymore, so at least you won't have to face him again if that's what you wish to pursue. But I suppose you might be at odds if you're going to pursue either vengeance against him or to recover your nation's artifact.
I have nothing else to live for. I have failed my master, and I have failed in completing her purpose. So all that is left for me is revenge. As you mention the death of Chaoru, you can see that he's digging his sizable claws into the wood of the bar, the counter.
That's nonsense. If you weren't so far away, maybe I'd tap you with the top of my staff, but you're still alive. You have plenty to live for. More life. There's plenty to enjoy. There's drink here. There's gentle people. There's fresh air.
This is bold. I like it. I'm gonna have you roll.
All right. What shall we roll?
We shall roll a...
It's negotiation.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think
a break from your quests of vengeance to enjoy life.
Exactly. Maybe this is
I'll take will.
I think it's will. Will negotiation.
1d8.
Do you want Potter to help?
Potter, why don't you say some words of wisdom here to the massive tiger? Let's see how much he wants to eat you at the end of this.
Right? He is a team player. Let's hear it, Potter.
Oh, sorry. Can you fill me in? I was spaced out.
No, that's okay. Right now, the good doctor is trying to convince Furious Yi to abandon his quest of revenge. He says that there's so much to live for, there's good drink, there's good food, you don't need to, it would be pointless to try to kill Harmon at this point, so just enjoy your life. And Potter is there at the bar, so if Potter wants to join in on this check, he totally can.
Oh,
I'm
you
looking
rolled
for
a
2 successes.
1d1.
Ooh.
Let's try that
1d1.
again. Yeah, roll the d6.
Potter. Well, no, so this is... That's theta.
Yes, I've never seen Harmon bested. I don't think it's possible. You're better off just living your own life and not pursuing a suicidal fool's errand.
So Potter says this
It's going to be negotiation.
Yeah. Yep. Will negotiation. And when Potter says this, the tiger looks at him like he just noticed a bug crawling on his arm or something. Like he just stares down at you with this like death glare.
Okay.
3 is not going to do it.
Uh-oh.
But
1 or 4 are better, so
the
you're
only
not
thing I'm
getting
gonna-
a bonus.
The only thing I'm going to claim here is that he is heavily injured, and I will offer to help him recover from his terrible, grievous wound if he would but take a moment to relax.
Okay, you want to add medicine to that?
Yup.
Okay, then. Add medicine. I'm looking for 2 successes versus 3, so you want 4s or better. Hey!
2. I did it.
All right. Furious Yi does live up to his namesake. He does seem furious at the suggestion that he should abandon his quest for revenge. But then the pain kind of overwhelms him a little bit. You see a grimace of discomfort on his face, and he looks to you, and he says, "Well, you are right. I'm in no state to take my revenge today. I need to rest and recover. Perhaps plan my revenge. The art of war states that first you must claim victory. There is a mental victory before any true victory can take place. And right now I am defeated, so I need time to lick my wounds."
Let me see. I'm trying to remember if I can remember the quote. Oh, yes. Good generals win their war and then go to fight. Poor ones fight and then plan to win.
He says it sounds better in Zhongguo, but yes, that's essentially.
I have no doubt my translation was absolutely butchered.
It is asking who wrote The Art of War, and now I'm furiously trying to remember, because I'm sure that in canon there is an individual who did write a Zhongguo Art of War, but could not tell you. We'll call him Sun Tzu.
Yep, he's Sun Tzu, but now he's just Queeling or something.
Yeah.
No
Exactly.
difference. So, we are still here on Sir Connor's dime. So he now has a room and board. If you want, we could go ahead and go with the roll I already have, which is going to be 1, 2, 3 quota plus his body.
Hey.
For today, and then we'll work on him tomorrow.
Ooh, okay. All right. So, what is he rolling for this? I guess
Just
he's
his
rolling
body.
his body to...
And that'll be an additional quota.
Okay, that's a success for his body roll, so that's 1.
All right, so he is up 1, 2, 3, 4 quota just today.
All right. He does not say thank you, doctor, but you can see the relief on his face. And he orders another... he orders a tea, basically, brought to his room, and the proprietor begins hesitantly, says, we don't have a... unfortunately, we don't have a spare room. And he wheels on her and growls. And she goes,
all right. We already are paying for one. He can stay in ours.
She gives you a look like you have saved her, like you're an angel sent by Salumer himself.
Yes.
Their self. Anyway, and the tiger will nod. And he takes his tea, he takes the tea once it comes out, and then he goes up to the room, which is your room. But yes, when you return to your room later, you can see a sacked out tiger who is taking up, like, all of the bed.
Yeah, that's fine. he needs it now, so he gets to use it. Meanwhile, while he's actually sacked down, I'll be downstairs, and I'm going to go ahead and inform our regular here. Perhaps you should go ahead and send a message to Sir Connor. I might be delayed just a little while longer, but if you and Potter want to go along and reunite with them, I think now might be the time. I should be fine traveling on my own. I don't think there's going to be much danger to me, at least.
Are you sure?
Well, if you are concerned for my safety, I'd be happy to keep you here, though I can understand maybe you don't want to be next to the tiger snoring.
He does snore.
We will wait for you, Doctor.
Okay, then we'll enjoy some more time together. What was this irregular's name again? I keep forgetting.
Raphael.
Oh, Raphael, hey! I've had lots of time healing Raphael in the past.
That's right. Raphael is a repeat customer.
Yup.
Yes, and that's when the doc got taken hostage. Oh. Okay, guys. Cool. So Raphael and Potter are going to set out in the morning to return to Harrowgate.
Yeah, they
but
said
we're
they were
going
going to stay.
Oh, they're going to stay. They're not going to go.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention. In that case,
we're doing it again.
We're doing it again. The intrepid trio.
And this time it's not my fault.
I know this time it's on me.
Back to
Sorry,
Harrogate,
guys.
everybody.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna go back to Harrogate. We're going to make this delivery. I'm gonna ask for a quick 5-minute break to refresh my drink.
Okay.
And then we'll pick things up with Tall Otis and the gang.
Quick break, everybody.
Cool. Be right back.
Tall Otis and the gang sounds like a Mohawk